Pastor Zillinger's Daily Devotions.
The lessons for the celebration of All Saints' Day, observed on this Sunday coming up. Psalm 149, verse 3. Let them praise his name with dancing, making melody to him with tambourine and lyre. A few things on this I love. One is that you can have liturgical dance if done appropriately. Now, oftentimes people want to make dancing not about the Lord, but about themselves. So that's why usually you don't see a lot of dancing in church, but you can do it. And sometimes, too, there's motions that you'll see the pastor make or the congregation make that it's kind of like dancing. How we stand up and sit down, how we might move our arms and do things focused on what Christ does and what God is giving, and how maybe we're in a position of receiving or something like that. That's one thing. The next is to look at this as when Jesus Christ comes back and the dancing we have in our resurrected bodies and when things are all made new. I love that. And there's a song that I love that I sang in college called Tomorrow Will Be My Dancing Day. And it's about Christ and how in the resurrection of Christ we dance. We actually have joy because of it. Revelation 7, 9, 10. After this I looked, and behold, a great multitude that no one could number, from every nation, from all tribes and peoples and languages, standing before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed in white robes, with palm branches in their hands, and crying out with a loud voice, Salvation belongs to our God who sits on the throne and to the Lamb. This is a little glimpse of what it looks like on the last day, from every nation, all tribes, peoples, and languages, standing before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed in white robes and palm branches, crying out, Salvation belongs to our God who sits on the throne and to the Lamb. So a glimpse of the saints in heaven and what they do surrounded by the throne, but then also like bridging the gap all the way to when Jesus Christ comes back. And it's all about the Lamb. Salvation belongs to Christ, what he has done, and that's why he's honored and worshipped. That's why he's adored. 1 John 3:2. Beloved, we are God's children now. What we will be has not yet appeared, but we know that when he appears, we shall be like him, because we shall see him as he is. Jesus Christ is the template of our resurrection. And so when we look at Jesus Christ, we go, okay, his resurrection is very, very similar to ours. It's not just because he's the Son of God, but it's also because he's the Son of God and Son of Man. He's been raised from the dead. He is one of us, and he then shows proof of it. Hey, this is the resurrection. If you believe and trust in me and you follow my word, abide in my word, this is the promise given for you too as well. It's a promise given for you and for me. We are God's children now, looking forward to the resurrection of the dead. Matthew 5:3. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. This is kind of blessings that are given kind of in parallel to the Ten Commandments up on a mountain, if you would, but blessings instead of curses, or instead of having to do something, look what God does. But this is also a state of being that you have, that if you are poor in spirit, I can't do anything. It's all about Christ. It's not about my work. It's not about what I do. It's not about what I will do or what I have done. It's not about me. It's about Christ. I am poor. I always need to be filled up by Christ. Ours is the kingdom of heaven. This is what salvation is. This is what our redemption is right now. It happens when you're baptized. It happens when you take communion. It happens when you confess or absolve. We have a life of doing this, of really emptying ourselves from our pride and our position and our works and saying it's not about us, it's about Christ. And we train that, and we say ours is the kingdom of heaven now, and especially when Jesus Christ comes back.
The Lord bless your day as well as your week.